A very good evening to you. This is Sports Tonight on a very lovely Friday. I'm Yemi Adebayo. There's a lot to do today, of course, as we await the big day. That's talking about the 2016 Federation Cup, arguably or easily the biggest sporting event in this part of the world. Forgive us if we're going to dwell on the Federation Cup tonight, because that is the major talking point for this weekend in Nigeria. So we're going to be talking about the 2016 Federation Cup final for the men and the women. It's going to go down in Lagos. We're going to give you all the lowdown. Earlier we promised you that we're going to allow you meet with the gladiators, but we'll still keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully we're going to keep that promise. But as you know, construction is going on the Lagos Ibadan Express way, and that might slow them down. But hopefully they'll be able to make it down to the studio, and we'll be able to present them to you. But we'll do what we can from this hand. We'll also go foreign, talk what is going on across the other side of the Atlantic. We're going to be talking about Yaya Toure. That long-awaited apology is finally come. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about FIFA Player of the Year, the shortlist. We're going to be talking about that for you on the show. We're also going to look at the English Premier League. We're going to look at the fixtures. We're going to do our best to concentrate on the talking points in Europe, most of the important matches that will go down. Let me pause a little and introduce my partner that starts off the show with me tonight. Port Harcourt-based sports journalist Emeka Dena joins us. Emeka, it's good to have you with us on Sports Tonight.
My pleasure, Yemi. Anytime, any day.
Okay, let's go to the business of the day. 2016 Federation Cup. Whatever has a beginning surely has an end. The confirmation for you, the fixture for the 2016 final. Let's start with the men. Just in case you don't know, I doubt that actually, but just in case you don't know, Ifeanyi Ubah and Nasarawa United will be playing in the final. Of course, we'll give you the details. I'm very sure it's going to come up on your screen shortly. There you have it. FC Ifeanyi Ubah taking on Nasarawa United, the 2016 Federation Cup men's final. Time 3 p.m. Venue Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos. If you're a lover of football, if you want to know if all the players we've always been talking about, if they are what they hype, all you need to do is find your way to Teslim Balogun Stadium on Sunday and enjoy the best of football. Emeka, let me just pause a little and allow you to talk. At the beginning of this competition, if you were asked to pick two teams that you think will get to the final, would you have picked any of these two teams?
No way, no way. It's not the dream final. No, nobody gave the two teams any chance of getting this far in the competition, especially Nasarawa United. They beat Eyimba in the semi-finals. That was more like an upset, in the battle. For Ifeanyi Ubah, they just came in last year. The owner bought over the slot of Gabros in the MPFL, and they almost qualified for the CAF Confederation Cup via the league. Yeah. Here in Lagos, they were stopped by MFM on the final day. That result ensured MFM even escaped relegation. But here they are in the finals. You want to say controversy trailed their quarter-final and even semi-final encounter, the Crown FC game. At the end of the day, they are in the finals.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. In the beginning of the competition, like you said, nobody gave these two sides any chance of getting this far. It's not the final people would have expected. You look at the likes of Eyimba, traditional side. Rangers did not go that far. Rivers United, new side. As Dolphins, they won it 4 times. Expected them to do much better. They were stopped by Eyimba at some point. Lobby Stars played in the final last year. Even the defending champions did not even get to the last 16. As we are talking about Aqua United, they were stopped very early in the competition. So the two teams that eventually got there, Nasarawa United. You want to say yes, Nasarawa they deserve their place in the final. Ifeanyi Ubah, actually, yes, by hook or by crook, you want to say they eventually got there.
You keep on repeating. but the part of the point is that they're already in the final. Okay, let's pause a little and talk about the women before we get accused of always talking about the men and neglecting the ladies. We don't have anything against the ladies. So let's look at the final. that day, the final that will be played before the men's final. Talking about the women's final, Rivers Angels taking on Bayelsa Queens. It's always about Angels and Queens when you talk about female football. Time, 1:30 p.m. Venue, same venue, Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos. That's the women's final, 2016 Federation Cup. In this case, you might say, you know, probably expected.
Of course, usual suspects. Bayelsa Queens played in the finals last year. They lost to Sunshine Queens via penalties. Rivers Angels are used to winning the finals.
Yes,
they won it.
Play in the final.
They won 5 consecutive finals before losing out last year in the quarterfinals to Conference Queens. Exactly. But you know, so no surprises at all. Unlike the men's competition, Rivers Angels, they are a very known side when it comes to this competition. They've won it 6 times in the past, 5 in a row. No, only stopped last year. And for Bayelsa Queens, I mean, it's more like a derby final for these two sides. Bayelsa and the River State from the old River State, and you know, there's been a lot of tough talking back there in the south, west there, ahead of this final. Roland Sinode, the Bayelsa Queens manager, says he doesn't want to lose in the finals again. He did that last time around, and Edwin Okon is also very optimistic. He has done it before with this side. He believes he can do it again, and good for the two sides. Their players in the national team have been released to come and booster the squad ahead of the finals. For Rivers Angels, they have Usinachon Hali back in the side. Bubule White, the Super Falcons, also back in the side from the Super Falcons camp there. So they are boosted. So I think it will look very interesting.
Right.
And it will be an exciting final to watch. Talking about the ladies, and we are sure to see.
Let's stick with the ladies. What quality of game do you think fans would see? You said a lot about two teams. Now that most of their players that are in the camp of the Super Falcons released, what kind of game should the average fan expect? Should you come to the stadium for the women's final or wait for the men? Or you feel that it's going to be of
the excitement
quality?
will begin with the first final, talking about the ladies. If you look at the composition of Super Falcons these days, majority of the players ply their trade in Rivers Angels. At some point, they have up to 11 players. In fact, the last African Women Championship, exactly, 11 of them went to Namibia for the African Women Cup of Nations there. But these days, yes, a lot of them have gone, but they still have a way of recruiting some of the best legs in the
the best
exactly. Yemi, they are going for a double. They are also through to the final phase of the playoff for the Women Premier League. They won Group B, on the last day of the league. So it's a team with so much quality, and come on Sunday here in Lagos, you will see good football from these two sides. Take nothing away from Bayelsa Queens on their own part. They played in the finals last year. They also lost in the finals of the league playoff in Umuahia last year as well. So it tells you they're a quality side, and with the likes of Joy Bokiri, Rafi Atule in that side, if of course if they will be released by Peter Dede for the under-20 national team coach, I think we're going to see good football. These sides are beautiful sides to watch on a good day.
Emeka, I'm going to do this to you. Put a scoreline to it. Just try and put a scoreline. Usually people don't like doing that, but I'll put you on the spot.
Putting me on the spot. I'll give it to Rivers Angels. They know how to win when it gets to the finals. I can't remember them losing any finals in the Federation Cup, so I'll give it to them. Maybe 2-0 on the day. Okay,
that's Emeka telling you. Write it down somewhere, keep it, and so you can know. You can always rely on his prediction. It's a very hard position to be predicting the outcome of a match that has not being played, but there you have it. All right, let's talk about the guys. Finalists that nobody
expected. Yeah.
Any gambling person will not
put your money on any of, like winning the Premier League last season.
Any of the two. But which side do you think? Let's start that way. Which of the sides do you think wanted most? The side that will be more desperate.
It has to be Fanyoba. Okay. It has to be FC Fanyoba. The way manner they have gone about the competition this year, they want to play in the continent. The owner of the club has put in a lot.
The ambition is clear.
Exactly. They want to bring the world to Newi to see what the man is doing there. He has a partnership with the English Premier League side, West Ham United. You go to the stadium there. I saw that penultimate game of the season against the Yimba on TV. It was massive. The atmosphere there was fantastic. capacity crowd in the navy. So it tells you this man wants this one at all costs. The club, they have also gone about it. Before they played Crown FC in the semi-final, they didn't concede a single goal. Getting that far, round of 64, round of 32, 16.
Just kept going.
They kept going. Eventually, considered for the first time against Crown FC. Here they are in the final. Whichever way we want to look at it, if I look like they are the hungrier side there. But take nothing away from Nasarawa United.
Okay.
They played in the continent last season. They didn't get that far. Stopped by the Algerian side. CXA Constantine. At the end of the day, they want to return to the continent. It has always been the ambition of the club to return to the continent. Had a chat with the manager of the side, Gabriel Dogo, a few days ago, and he said they want to go back to the continent. That's their priority. They can only do that by winning the Federation Cup on Sunday. So it tells you these two teams want it, but I think Ifeanyi
wants it more.
Exactly.
But it's not about wanting it, it's about doing business on the pitch. Try to be neutral and look at both sides. What do you think, for instance, let's still to Ifeanyi for a few seconds. What do you think they should do if they want to win?
It's pretty difficult because these are two sides. They are not the biggest names when it comes to Nigerian football. With all due respect to both of them, for Ifeanyi, they have the quality to win this one.
In terms of the players?
Exactly, in terms of the players. The Brazilian is still there, Barico da Silva, the Cameroonian Temen Medrano. They have a lot of quality players. Ismail Agata, the man that moved from Niger to the
very good goalkeeper.
Exactly. Jimo Oni, a whole lot of quality players. Of course, the national team goalkeeper should be on duty on that day. Talking about Ikechukwu is one. So if this is about quality, Ifeanyi have got it. They also play good football on a good day. Take away the controversies surrounding some of their matches in the competition. But on a good day, Ifeanyi can play good football. We saw them against Eyimba.
So you don't think there's anything they need to do differently?
No, it's a cup game. It's not something you can predict easily. It's a cup game, and when it comes to cup games, form is thrown to the trash can. You go there, look at the two teams who have in the final. Like we rightly said initially, nobody gives them any chance of getting this far. So that fairy tale run can always continue. And remember, it's a one-legged final, so it's not a question of you, coming. It's a question of you taking your chances on the day.
Whatever you're doing,
exactly,
on the day.
Exactly, on the day there. You have to do it under 90 minutes. I don't think there's going to be extra time there, so you have to do it under 90 minutes. And for Nasarawa United, they are not also short of quality. We saw Abdurrahman Bashir in the course of the league. He was one of the top scorers in the league. Esosa Igbinova, the free scoring midfielder, he's still there. So it's a game you have to look at. Two teams with a whole lot of exciting players on the day, and it's a question of taking your chances. The chances will come, like we saw Nasarawa United do against Eyimba. They took their chance against Eyimba. They eventually got that one right against the People's Elephants, and here they are in the finals. So if they have that kind of opportunity on the day, they take it, then they might just be upsetting Ifeanyi. Let me use that word right now, because Ifeanyi look like the heavy favorites for this one.
Okay, let's do this again. Scoreline, if you will be bold enough to do it this time.
This one is difficult, honestly. Unlike the female final, perhaps this one might go into penalty shootout at the end of the day. I'm looking at the penalty shootout situation. Don't ask me who will win that one.
Okay.